Well, this week we're going to look at timers and how we can pair timers with functions to accomplish things automatically within our program. Okay, so to kind of look at the syntax, there's the statement, timer.perform with delay, and then there are three parameters inside parentheses that we can use. The delay, which is represented by time, a function to call when the time has expired, and how many repetitions we want to have, which are known as iterations. So here's an example of a timer statement with actual settings in it. You can see that it's going to delay for 2 seconds. It's going to call a function called goAway, and this timer will run 4 times. Okay, so the 2000, again, every 1,000 units here represents a second. So the total time in this program, or for this section to run, is going to be 8 seconds, because it's going to repeat 4 times at 2 seconds each. If you have longer settings on the timer, there are other things that you can do. For example, timer.cancel, timer.pause, timer.resume. These can all go under buttons or other interactive elements within your program in order to make these things happen. It is more effective in many cases to actually give the timer a specific name, especially if you plan to use more than one in a single program. In this example, I've named the timer TMR drive, TMR the 3-letter abbreviation for timer, just so you know which item your variable names have attached to them. Other than that, the right side of the equation there is the exact same type of statement we looked at above. So if I go back to this other slide, here's how it would cancel TMR drive and pause and resume by using the actual name after I've explained to the computer, right here in that line, what TMR drive actually is. Okay, and it's very important syntactically and formatting that this line right here be above any call to TMR drive so that it's loaded first. If you put those cancel buttons or resume buttons somewhere where it's called before the computer knows what that is, it's going to give you an error. Okay, so let's take a look at a similar program to your assignment this week. Here's my simulator screen. I'm using a Nook tablet as my example for right now. Let me reload this and you can see. The letters have a delay to the animation before they come in. Okay, nothing overly dramatic or anything like that, but that was kind of the assignment, that you take these letters from a random spot or a starting point, have them animate across your screen to make the word. Now, different from the transition version of this where your program loads and they automatically move, we want to set a timer so one letter moves at a time. Okay, and basically what happens is whichever letter you pick to move first, set that timer and it calls a function to move the second letter, and so on and so on and so on. So again, if I reload this, the letter S moves first. It calls the next letter, which is H, which calls one of the B's, which when that's in position, it calls the final B, and you see that these 4 letters have moved into the order. Okay, so let's just take a look at the code quickly here. Scroll through. Again, here's an example of one of the functions. To move the letter S, I've got my animation, transition line of code here, and then I've got a timer. So when this transition finishes, it sets a time delay of 3 seconds before letter H moves. Okay, and I know that this hopefully will provide you with a lot of help for this week's assignment, but I felt that it's important to kind of see how these elements can work together, because where we're heading, this is very important stuff. Okay, as always, if there's questions, comments, problems, email me either at the college email or at the Gmail address that I've given you. And don't wait till the last minute. Good coding.